And the fight over redistricting is heating up both here in California and in Texas and shows no signs of cooling down anytime soon. The Texas Senate yesterday passed a GOP-backed redistricting bill, voting 19-2 to approve new congressional maps that could give Republicans up to 5 more U.S. House seats. But without a quorum in the Texas House, where Democrats remain out of state, the maps cannot advance to the governor's desk. 9 of the 11 Democrats walked out of the chamber in protest. The Senate Democrats say lawmakers should be focused on addressing the deadly flooding or yesterday's mass shooting in Austin, not redistricting.
Who are we serving with redistricting? Ourselves? Because we have a lot of work to do to serve Texans who are desperate for flood relief and desperate for red flag protective orders.
Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick blasted Democrats for going on what he called a vacation, while Governor Greg Abbott warned he'll keep calling special sessions until Republicans' priorities pass. Now, California voters may get a first look at the new proposed redrawn congressional maps as soon as tomorrow. Governor Gavin Newsom is holding a press conference in the morning to provide an update on the state's redistricting efforts. I want to bring in ABC 10's Genie Nguyen, who has been closely following this process and joins us with the latest. Genie, what can you tell us right now?
The governor's office is referring to tomorrow's press conference as a, quote, historic event and warning President Trump of payback. His office has been calling on Trump to abandon Texas's plan to redistrict. Tonight, a California Assembly member tells me he's prepared to take legal action against the state if this special election goes forward.
The Legislative Council's job is to act in a nonpartisan manner to ensure that the legislature complies with the state constitution and all applicable state and federal laws.
Because of the role the Legislative Council plays, Republican Assemblymember Carl DeMaio sent this letter asking for a legal opinion on whether the governor's actions violate the Constitution.
The governor and the legislature don't have the legal authority to call a special election and don't have the legal authority to be crafting these maps.
Citing Article 21 in the California Constitution as the reason the governor and the legislature have no authority to redraw congressional maps.
The year after the decennial census that the federal government does every decade, it is the responsibility of the Citizens Redistricting Commission to adopt the lines for assembly members, senators, Board of Equalization members, and members of Congress. The law is clear. It is their responsibility, and it occurs once a decade.
But Chris McCaley with McGeorge School of Law adds,
despite what the Constitution says, do you, the voters, want to say the commission doesn't apply for right now for these congressional districts for the rest of the decade? Do you voters want to approve that one-time exception?
The drama happening between Texas and California has voters here conflicted on a potential special election in November.
California shouldn't worry about what Texas is doing. Worry about taking care of this state here and get the gas cheaper.
And when it comes to voting in the special election,
I mean, if there's an election of any kind, I'm actually grateful to be able to do it.
And in response to Assemblymember DeMaio's letter, Kara Jenkins, an attorney for the state legislature, tells ABC 10 they maintain an attorney-client relationship, requiring them to keep legal services confidential. Additionally, they are not authorized to provide legal advice to members of the public. Alex.
All right, Genie, so I have to ask you, what are, lawmakers, Democratic lawmakers, also saying about all this redistricting?
Alex, I did try to contact some Democratic lawmakers today. I didn't have any success. However, Assemblymember Gail Pellerin did put out a statement today and said that there is a public portal where voters can share their thoughts on this whole redistricting process. She encourages voters to engage in this because it will keep the process fair and transparent. And I did post a link to that on our website at abc10.com.
All right, Genie, thank you. And you already know we'll be following this. As we mentioned, the governor will be speaking down in Southern California tomorrow. We'll bring you all the updates. Genie, thanks. And I also want to mention the California Teachers Union is showing its support for a ballot initiative on redistricting in California, calling it a fight against threats to our democracy. They cite the Trump administration's funding cuts to education programs, healthcare, and the attempt to dismantle the Department of Education. In a statement, they go on to say, quote, "It is clear that we are also now facing an unprecedented unprecedented power grab by Texas and other states to steal congressional seats and rig the 2026 election in favor of the current federal administration. If the power grab goes unchecked, we will only see more drastic cuts to public education, healthcare, and other critical services, and a further erosion of basic civil and human rights in our communities. And the redistricting battle isn't just in Texas and California, and a heated debate is happening right now in Missouri. At the heart of the issue is a call from the Missouri Freedom Caucus for Governor Mike Kehoe to convene a special session to reconfigure the state's 8 congressional districts. The president has support from lawmakers like Representative Justin Sparks.
What Missouri Republicans are simply talking about is not gerrymandering unequal or ridiculous districts that are outside the norm. We're talking about very well thought out, equal representation.
The primary target is the 5th congressional district, represented by Democrat Emanuel Cleaver since 2005. Democrats say it is illegal to take on redistricting right now. A spokesperson from his office says that he has not made a decision on whether he plans to do that or not. According to Democracy Docket, a voting rights and media platform that tracks election litigation, along with Missouri, these are the states that are currently actively redistricting or considering efforts to redistrict. And this includes, of course, Texas, Florida, Indiana, and Ohio, which could add more opportunities for Republicans in Congress, and California, New York, Illinois, and Maryland, which could add more opportunities for Democrats in Congress. Several other states have not ruled out the possibility in what's become a very developing and dynamic situation that we will continue to follow here on ABC 10.